Hello, and welcome to Keep Me Certified's continuing ed course on implicit bias, also known as unconscious bias. My name is Jeff Weiss. I'm the founder of Keep Me Certified. I'm the instructor here for this course. And in this course, I am very pleased to be seated next to James Childs. James, can you give us a little bit of background?
Sure, Jeff. It's great to be here. Again, James Childs. I've been a DEI practitioner, and we'll explain what DEI means during our time together, for almost 25 years. And it's really been a pleasure to be able to do this work with all different audiences, from the tech audiences to insurance companies to churches, police departments, community centers, and now with real estate agents. I really am pleased to be here. Looking forward to our time together.
In this video, we're going to be talking about unconscious bias. And let's kick it off. James, can you take us through some examples of what is bias, what is unconscious bias, how does it affect us?
Yeah, so this is an interesting area, and a lot of people focus here, and I think it's a great place to really begin to do some self-examination. Bias really is a bent or a tendency to move towards something or away from something or someone. And bias, by the way, in its just pure form, is not bad or good. A lot of times, again, bias is a pejorative. It has been increasingly negative as people have talked about it, because you hear it often in relation to like a bias crime or a bias statement. But bias in its actual true form is really just our tendency to lean one way or another. Bias typically operates in our autopilot mode, right? I mean, again, you've got a 120-mile serve coming at you as Federer or another tennis player. You're not thinking about it. You're reacting to it based on kind of muscle memory, based on, again, your tendency to be able to handle things in an autopilot role. And for you, think about it. Perhaps you drive into your office every day. How many times do you really go from point A to point B, and you get there, but you don't remember your trip?
Oh, I hate that. It's so crazy. You're like, how did I live? How did I get here? How am I still alive? I don't remember.
That's the autopilot in which bias often happens. Again, not a bad thing. I mean, that you know how to get from point A to point B without really thinking about it, but it's typically in those realms that bias happens.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the course, in that the first one I want to go over is diversity.
Yeah.
Can you give us some perspective and the definition of what diversity is?
Sure. And the definition we're going to utilize today, I'm very enamored with it because it really broadens what most people think about. So when I think about diversity, I think about diversity as the collection of similarities and differences that we all carry with us at all times. And it's based upon three things. It's either a characteristic you were born with, so something like your hair color or your height. It could be the color of your eyes. It could be your birth order. Perhaps you're the first or the last born. But those characteristics you were born with are things that are inherent to you that you cannot change. They're highly immutable. Actually, they may not be able to be changed at all. But those characteristics we're born with are the first part of diversity. I mentioned there are three parts. So characteristics is one. The second one would be our experiences.
So if I could say that back to you in my own way, or I can try to. So you've got diversity, which is the presence of a diverse group of thoughts, people, etc. Inclusion is the feeling of being included. Equity is taking into account the starting point to make sure that everyone there's a level playing field, if you will.